Dakshina is an offering made to the Guru by his disciple upon receiving the knowledge and wisdom of the Guru. In simple terms, you can say it is a repayment. Daan, on the other hand, is an offering made to an institution to facilitate the upkeep of the building. However, it seems that for our so-called liberal elites, it is impossible to differentiate between the two. The case in point being the latest Ratlam incident. Leftists are up in arms to target Hindus and their age-old beliefs and traditions, taking their hatred for the Brahmins and Hindu priests to a new height. This concerted attempt to target Hindu customs is not new. However, the entire episode has re-strengthened the beliefs of Hindus in its Brahmin class, which the leftists so desperately wanted to break. Hi and welcome. This is TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Piyush, and in this video I will tell you how the Ratlam incident was not about Daan or Dakshina. It was left's opposition to the re-strengthening of Brahmins. Let's begin. A few days back, an innocuous incident in the Ratlam district of Madhya Pradesh caught the attention of the national audience. An old, weary Hindu priest at the Mahalakshmi temple was seen keeping the money of Dakshina in his pocket. However, someone captured the priest during the act, taking what was rightfully his and uploaded the video on social media platforms. Soon, the video went viral in the realms of the digital world, and people, mostly secular and left liberals, having no prior knowledge of how the temples work, or for that matter, the priests, started to disparage the old pujari. According to a Navbharat Times report, the incident transpired during the Dipotsav Mahotsav when the temple is packed with devotees. After the video reached Collector Kumar Purushottam, the officer, instead of taking rational approach, ordered an inquiry into the matter. Meanwhile, SDM Abhishek Gehlot issued a notice to the priest and sought a reply. Yes, a notice was issued to a priest for taking Dakshina. However, as soon as Hindu nationalist groups came to know about the pujari being disrespected by the bureaucracy of the country, members of the Sanatan Uday reached the temple compounds, found the old, frail priest and gave him the respect he so richly deserved. In a social media post, the group remarked that the old priest was shaking when they met him. The members of Sanatan Uday garlanded the priest, touched his feet and collected the money in a tray to be given as Dakshina to the priest. The group remarked that if someone wanted to do the daan, they would keep the money in the priest's hands instead of depositing it in the designated spot. They also challenged the administration to take any action on the priest now. The majority of the leftists that barked upon this poll were oblivious to the fact that Dakshina is a unique part of the Indian culture and tradition, especially for Sanatanis. A greenhorn, as are most of the leftists, should understand the significance of Guru and their position in the hierarchy. Here, Guru is an interchangeable term that is used to refer to a priest, a teacher, or any other individual that imparts some sort of knowledge to another. Firstly, the Sanskrit word Dakshina has several meanings. According to Siddh Yoga, in traditional etymological analysis of the word, the syllable Da means offering and giving. The syllable Kshi means to abide or dwell in, and the syllable Na indicates knowledge. The scriptural texts of India instruct those longing for knowledge of the Absolute in how to approach the Guru. A disciple is to come before the Guru with humility, devotion, a willingness to serve, and their arms laden with the best offerings they can make. These offerings made by the disciple to the Guru are called Dakshina. Since time immemorial, offering Dakshina has been the dharma of all disciples. Dakshina was established as an official endowment for Brahmins during Peshwa rule in Western India. Under Peshwa rule, the annual expenditure on Dakshina was no less than 10 lakh rupees. During Peshwa Bajirao's rule in 1758, this amount reached a whopping 18 lakh rupees. In exchange for the Dakshina, people associated with religious institutions and temple priests helped the Maratha Empire at every level, rendering their services to the state. Throughout Sanatan history, the temples and priests have never tried to control empires through their religious beliefs, unlike other Abrahamic faiths. The Hindu priests used Dakshina received for the welfare of the public, promoted the state, and then only kept a minuscule amount for their daily bread. While the role of teachers, gurus, or priests may have narrowed down to a set department of rituals in modern times, but throughout the history of Sanatan Dharma, a teacher, or a guru has remained a spiritually evolved guide for the disciples. There has been a growing trend lately where any Sanatan ritual is gauged through the lens of Brahminical patriarchy. The presence of temples and Hindu customs is an impediment for the left liberal cabal to impose their woke agendas on the public. The idol of the cabal is Periyar, whose beliefs regarding Brahmins easily crossed the lines of racism and xenophobia. Periyar, at the peak of his racist movement, kept making it clear that Brahmins are irredeemable due to their virtue of being born a Brahmin. For instance, in an interview, it was asked, "Do you mean to say that Brahmins, by the very fact that they were born Brahmins, can never have honest intentions?" Periyar responded, "I do. They can never have honest intentions." On one occasion, he stated, "To destroy caste discrimination, burn the pictures of Nehru and Gandhi and also the Constitution of India. If all these methods fail to give us results, then we should start beating and killing the Brahmins. We should start burning their houses." For the liberal cabal, the IITs are a breeding ground of Brahminical patriarchy, just because the majority of the faculty and students happen to be from the Savarna class. However, as long as Brahmins, the priests, and Hindu groups stand guard, the Sanatan Dharma will continue to prevail. Its traditions, even though archaic, are embedded in the core of human beliefs and ethos of humanity and care. We live in a world where taking Dakshina can be a sign of Brahminical patriarchy, but sitting in public spaces and offering namaz to the nuance of the public, a secular act.